What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Muse. Yes, indeed. Muse Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from We Want the Cup. And this is actually We Want the Cup's prioritized request for the month of June for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, We Want the Cup. Hope you enjoy the show. We Want the Cup wanted to see me react to this song. It is Muse with a tune called Showbiz. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, I have never heard the song before. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Muse France, okay? And the video has 159,979 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Showbiz. Shepherd Bush 2017 Xmas present audio and multicam. Doesn't say Muse anywhere in there. But look, hey, this is the link We Want the Cup gave me. So if this is not it, blame him. Don't blame me. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Controlling my feelings for too long. Controlling my feelings for too long. Forcing our darkest souls to unfold. Forcing our darkest souls to unfold. Pushing us into self-destruction. Pushing us into self-destruction. They'll make me. Make me dream, your dreams. They'll make me. Make me scream, yeah, scream.
I'm hearing a wah effect, but he's not using a wah pedal. And he's not using a knob on his guitar either. He's just playing. So somebody backstage has got to be using the wah pedal for him. That's the only explanation. Huh. I mean, it's not unheard of. I've seen other guitar players do that, where they'll have their guitar tech or one of the stagehands, someone who knows the song and knows exactly, and they practice with them how to do this. You know, the guitar player will hook up with that technician and they'll practice using that wah pedal for them, so that way the guitar player, they don't have to worry about it. They got a tech to do it for them, and that there's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of threw me off. I was like, I'm hearing a wah. I know I'm hearing a wah, but I don't see him using his feet at all. He's not even close to his pedal board. So it just took me a little bit back, but I was like, oh, he's okay. He probably hooked up with one of his techs, and one of the techs is doing it. All right, okay. All right, let's keep going. This video. There's that wall effect again, and he's nowhere near as bored. The energy on this song, I mean, I felt like the first minute to a minute and a half, I felt like that was all build up. I was like, this can't be how the whole song's gonna go. This is building up to something. This is like an intro, and it's gonna build, and it's building up to something, right? And sure enough, when the song kicked in, I was like, yep, okay, there it is. Yeah, the energy on this song is fantastic. I'm digging the energy. I'm digging the vibe. I'm digging the direction of the song. I was going to say something and the thought just went whoop. I love it when that happens. Let's get back to the song. Maybe it'll come back into my head. Hopefully it will, because I feel like it was important, but I don't remember what it was. I remember what I was going to say now. Okay. Okay. So what I was going to say when I was trying to think of it, and then it left my head, I was like, crap. I felt like it was important. And it kind of was. I couldn't help but notice the crowd singing along so loudly that you could hear them almost as loud as Matt. So that leads me to believe that this is a popular song. However, I also know from reading the comments and interacting with Muse fans are like they're the kind of fans that they know like every single song. They know every song that Muse has ever recorded, and they know it by heart, and they could sing every single song word for word, note for note. So I don't know the answer to this question I'm about to ask, and I'm hoping that the Muse fans will give me an honest answer. Was this a popular song? Was this a song that was a big hit? Was this a song that got radio play and was like a hit single for them, and it was just one of the songs that absolutely made them? Is this one of those songs, or is this just another example of Muse fans being that diehard and that dedicated that they know every single song, whether it's a hit or not, and are able to sing it word for word en masse louder than the lead singer does, louder than Matt does. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, please, because I'd like to know, because I'm curious to know what the answer to that question is. Faster. Okay.
Oh man, it's a killer. It's a killer.
Interesting ending. I don't want to show my hand yet. I feel like I'm playing poker right now. I don't want to show my hand yet. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Muse with Showbiz. This was a request from We Want the Cup. And this was actually We Want the Cup's prioritized request for the month of June for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, We Want the Cup. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. I was saying that I didn't want to show my hand. I felt like I was playing poker. I should just come out and say it. I am a terrible poker player. I am. I know I am. I have no poker face. I'm sitting there trying to be stone faced, but I know it was a giveaway. I know it was. Yeah, I already knew the score I was going to give this right before the song ended, right before the video ended. I was like, I know exactly what score I'm going to give this. I didn't have to think long on this at all. But I did want to think about it just to be sure, and I did. But yeah, the score didn't change. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.8. Yep, 8.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Would I go as far as to say this is my favorite Muse song? No, I wouldn't go that far, but I would say possibly top 10. Possibly. Look, I haven't heard every Muse song yet, so I don't know if I can say that accurately for sure or not. But as it stands, currently, right now, I would consider putting this into the top 10. I would. The energy on this song was fantastic. I loved the buildup. The way it started out, I remember when it started out, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is either how the whole song is going to go, which is not good, or this is a buildup. And I was really happy to see that it was the latter. It was the second one. It was a nice buildup. And here's the thing. They built it, and it was all built not so much from a crescendo, but from a buildup of feel and suspense, which was nice. It was a nice touch. It was a nice way to do it where you could feel it. You could sense that things were going to take off. You had a feeling. After about the first 30 seconds, I was like, okay, this is building up to something. And it's not doing it through volume. It's doing it not through dynamics, but it's doing it through feel and getting that suspense and tension going. And it felt good. It felt really good. I'm glad they did it the way they did it. I'm also glad they didn't do it for too long. I never even got the chance to say, okay, let's move it along. I was about to. I was about to get to that point where I was going to say, okay, let's move along. But I never got there. I was about to. But I never actually got there when they actually kicked into the main riff. the energy once the song kicked in took off, and it felt really good. Chordally, not that difficult of a song, which I'm thrilled about because it gave the song a chance to really kind of not develop from a technical standpoint, but develop from a power and emotion standpoint, which I was really happy about. They kept the song structure simple. They kept the chordal structure simple so they could really focus on delivery, which I really could appreciate. Remember, songs, listen, don't get me wrong. I used to listen to Dream Theater all the time. I still listen to Rush. I used to listen to Spock's Beard. I used to listen to, you know, Planet X. I used to listen to Liquid Tension Experiment. Platypus Project. I used to listen to all of these prog rock bands, okay? I used to. And I used to really get off on the technicality, okay? But I kind of grew out of that, and I kind of became more of a fan of simple. And I dig on simple when it's done correctly and when it's delivered correctly. And this was absolutely delivered correctly. No need for anything fancy or frilly in this. The drumming on this was solid. No issue with the drumming whatsoever. Nothing all that impressive, nothing all that crazy from the drumming, but it was rock solid. You can set your watch to it, and more than anything, that's what you want from a drummer. Just a drummer you can play with great feel and great time, because you need those things, man. I'm sorry. Bass player locked in, really dug on his. I dug his tone. He had a little bit of an overdrive, but not to the point where it got distorted. It was just a little fuzzy, a little buzzy, and it felt good. It felt really good, and I dug it. It was a great tone, but it had the attack still. It still had that percussive attack sound, which I loved. I loved his tone on this. I really did. It felt good. It sounded good. Locked in with the drummer, so you can't ask for more than that from your rhythm section. Now, Matt's guitar playing. It sounded good. I'm not gonna lie, I was thrown off when I heard the wah effect kick in, and I'm like, where's the wah? Because he's like literally like 5 feet away from his pedal board, and I'm like, how's he getting the wah? And I'm like, oh wait, he's got a tech backstage who's doing it for him. That makes sense. That's cool. Then what that does is that frees him from being a slave to his pedal board. Could you imagine if he had to do that wah pedal on his own? He wouldn't be able to move around the stage at all. He would have been a slave to that pedal board. So it was smart having a technician backstage working the wah for him. Obviously, they practiced that. They've rehearsed it several times to make sure that the tech knows just how far to go and when to go. So that's good. I got no issue with that whatsoever. I know a lot of people are like, well, that's cheating. That's not cheating. How is that cheating? It's still, the job is getting done. Just because Matt's not doing it himself doesn't mean it's cheating. As a matter of fact, because Matt's not doing it himself and a tech is doing it for him, it's, believe it or not, it's more difficult. It's really easy for the guitar player to sit there with his foot on the wah pedal and gauge how far he wants to go, depending on how he feels. It's a whole nother thing when you have someone else who is not playing the guitar doing it for you, and they have to interpret it. They have to know how far to press when they're not the ones doing the playing. It's a lot more difficult, so I gotta give him credit for that. Vocally, this is what sold it for me. Normally, don't get me wrong, I understand Matt's got a great vocal range. I know he's a great vocalist. I understand that, but normally vocals from Muse are not what sell me on a song. In this case, it was. I loved his vocals on this. I did. I loved his delivery. I loved his dynamic shifts. When he did go into falsetto, it was not breathy at all. It was strong. It was projected. It was supported. There was never a point in this vocal performance where it sounded weak or breathy or airy. Everything sounded strong, supported, projected, powerful. And I dug that. I absolutely dug that. I also don't think I didn't notice towards the end where you heard that guitar solo. Wasn't a guitar solo. That was him on the mic. That was him doing a guitar solo with his vocals with the addition of distortion and wah. Now again, somebody operating the wah for him, but it was still being done. And the fact that he was able to make his voice through the addition of the distortion patch and the wah pedal, make it sound like a guitar while he's playing chords. It was pretty obvious that it wasn't the guitar doing the soloing. The only thing that was left was the mic, and he was practically eating that mic. Let's be honest here. His mouth was right, like, here's the mic, here's his mouth, right? Oh, it was like that. And I'm like, okay, he's going there. Okay, I can make a joke, but it would not be appropriate.
Of course it's a good idea.
Not shallow, but yeah. And right around here, yeah. Yeah, he was doing that to the mic. But look, he was doing that to get an effect, and the effect was very effective when it was used in correlation with the distortion patch and the wah pedal, making his voice sound like a guitar. It was pretty ingenious. I mean, it's not the first time I've seen guys do that, but it's the first time I've ever seen Matt do it, so it was cool. It was really cool to see him do that. But like I said, vocally is what really did this more for me than anything else. Don't get me wrong, drums, bass, guitar sounded great. They all sounded great, but vocally is what really kind of put this up to an 8.8 for me. The live performance was really nice too. Playing on a smaller stage like that, if I had my druthers between playing on a small stage or a larger stage, I would rather play on a larger stage. I would. More room to move around. But they took that small stage and they did everything they could with that small stage that they had to put on a good show. And they did. They were moving around, they were rocking out. Loved that ending with that halftime feel. That felt good. Was it necessary? No, it wasn't necessary, but I like the fact that they did it. It sounded really good. So you take all these factors combined together, and that's how we're coming up with an 8.8. So 8.8, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that was something to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.